Welcome back to the Point of View Sports. I'm Bobby Reezy.
And I'm Wendy Sky.
Round two ain't easing in, man. It already got disrespectful. The Knicks just dog walked Philly by 39. I'm talking 39. Minnesota walked into San Antonio and stole game one. And tonight, the Lakers walk into OKC with all the spotlight and no room for error. Round two got personal fast. Let's go get it. All right, let's start in New York because that wasn't just a game one win. That was a warning shot. 137 to 98. Brunson gave him 35. Philly looked slow, drained, and completely overwhelmed. That's bigger than rust. Break that down for me, Win.
Man, 76ers came in like they wanted to lose, I guess, because they weren't even, I don't think they were trying, but supposedly they were trying to see, with this game one, how they played, how New York was going to play. So I think going into game two, they might have a little bit better of a idea on how to hold everybody. But yeah, Brunson's 35 points. I think that was his career high in like the finals or whatever.
So what you think? You think they go? You think they'll be able to put the adjustments in and be able to do something to maybe stop him?
I mean, I think so. I think kind of like what Maxie was saying. They were trying to get a feel for it. Even their coach was saying something about they were trying to get a feel for how New York played. And they also had just come off 7 days.
They did have a game
so.
7. That's what a lot of people gotta take into account. Even though the Knicks did too. Or they, what I'm saying? The Knicks had a long series over there. They was having trouble.
Yeah, but I think they got more time off. Maybe one or 2 days off more than.
They got
Sixers,
them legs a little fresher. They're more. They seem like a more younger team anyway. When they come down to it,
everything like every single pass was going through Embiid, which, I mean, I guess is understandable. But like whenever he wasn't there, everything was going through Maxey, and he seemed to be getting the job done. But they just have to work on
getting more familiar with having Embiid back in the lineup.
Exactly.
Because can't take nothing from Embiid. I mean, even though he just had the surgery, I still see the MVP inside of Embiid, but it's not all the way there yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he had just had that appendectomy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He come back and I don't even see. I don't know how he.
Well,
I'm glad he's doing okay, but.
They need him. They gonna need him in there. They gonna need him, especially for some offensive rebounds, because New York, man, they crashing the glass. Man, Mitchell Robinson, and you can't forget Josh Hart. Josh Hart is like the top rebounding guard in the league. You know what I'm saying? No other guard is grabbing offensive rebounds like he is. So when they got him out there, they gonna have some second chance points. So. I think if Philly, just got to settle down and feel more comfortable in their role. I think a lot of it has to do with them not playing together for so long.
Right.
Because Paul George had that stretch at the end where
he had like 25 days off. Or something.
Yeah, he was suspended.
Or 25 games, excuse me.
Yeah, he was suspended for the issue he had. Playoff P, but last series he did his thing, So we gonna see if he continues it in game 2, because I would like to see that. I would like to see that one go. That would be a good one.
I hope so, because I like an underdog. So we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see if they expose them, or if Philly will be able to shake back and even the series up. Who knows? It's gonna be a good one though. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But Anyway, I wanted to ask you because a lot of people are still shocked about the whole them beating Boston. So the real question now is simple: Did the Knicks really expose them, or did Philly just empty the tank out, surviving Boston?
I think when they played Boston, they come with everything they had. You know what I mean? Because they had already played them for 6 games, so they kind of knew. They knew their person or whoever they were holding. They knew how to hold them or they knew how to play, and so I think they just brought that confidence all out in Game 7.
Gotcha.
I just don't think. I think maybe they had a first rough game. First Game 1, excuse me.
Yeah, they'll shake back. They'll definitely shake back. They'll definitely shake back because the Knicks got a lot of weaknesses over there too, and hopefully they do some adjustments and look at some tape and figure out what they got to do.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like they only had 2 days to kind of go over tape. So 2 days, I don't think is really enough to see what they got to do or come up with a good game plan. So hopefully, hopefully they can review or they have reviewed more tapes to see what they got to change and.
Well, hopefully
get pressure on Brunson because Brunson was able to do basically. Just give him the ball and he was able to shoot it. Threes, twos. Everything. It was like they weren't even worried about holding him.
Huh. Well, that's the Brunson burner, and he always gonna be clutch. He's a very clutch player, man. So you gotta watch out for him. We're gonna move it along right here and get to the one that I really wanted to talk about, man. The Wolves still in control, man. We going out to the West on this one. Look, man, Minnesota didn't just steal Game 1. They stole home court and put pressure on San Antonio early. That changes everything. Ant came back, man. I'm talking about gave him 18 off the bench. Man, the whole tone of the game shifts, And, I was glad to see him back. Even though to me it seemed like, he was still being cautious and everything. It was good to see him back and helping his team get the victory. And for him to be able to sit back and the play out, come off the bench, knowing his ego and knowing, how great of a player he is. It was good to see him fall into that role and accept the responsibility that he needed last night to help them get over the hump. Because it was like every time that they needed some points to stop San Antonio from taking off on them, there he was. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like he knew. Oh, he knew exactly what he was very strategic and he played very smart. And I like at the end of the game when he criticized himself and he put it on himself, what I'm saying, about him doing better, you know what I mean? Like, that's what's up, you know what I mean? You can't put the blame on nobody else, even though y'all did get the win, still, he threw it away in the end, that could have easily been a score from that turnover and it could have decided the pace of the game, Yeah. But I want to ask you something like, what do you think mattered the most when it came to Minnesota getting the victory?
Well, first, I think what mattered most was that they actually had Ant come back, and because I really don't think that they could move on, I guess, without him. Not saying that he's the only one, because they did do it without him or whatever, but
craziness.
But I'm glad he is playing. So I guess that's probably what mattered most to them, to have him back.
Yep.
And then to take this first, win, like that probably made them really excited,
Yeah, you got to feel good because you go into San Antonio playing the number 2 team and you come out with a win on Game 1. Now you got that advantage, the thing that I hope the most, I hope that they don't get lax and maybe get big headed and slack off a little bit and and let the Spurs come in and just run them over because the Spurs are known for that. They run. They some running
Right.
gunners.
I don't think that Anthony will get laxed or whatever. I think like how he said he gave. I mean he 2 turnovers in the last 3 minutes or something like that. Like he recognized that. So I think they're gonna come harder next time.
And I hope to see the Sumo come back for game 2.
I know.
Because that'll be a nice boost off the bench that they need, which probably he won't be off the bench. He'll probably be starting since he ain't getting a lot more minutes, him and Bones Highland, since DiVincenzo is out. Shout out to that boy Dante DiVincenzo, man. We hope you get better soon, brother.
What about I think his last name Shannon Jr. or something Jr. Played last night.
Yeah.
He had about 15 points or somewhere close.
Yeah, and rarely got any time during the regular season, so he got a lot to show, he got a lot to prove, and at the same time it's something that the Spurs probably wasn't ready for.
Is he a rookie this year, or was he a rookie last year?
I want to say he been in the league. I want to say he been in the league. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're not familiar. I'm not either. So I was just wondering.
You feel me? Yeah. Well, anyway, that was a great game. I loved it, But if we gonna stay on that, we got to, we have to stay here for a second and talk about your boy Wemby with the 12 blocks. I mean, boy set a record. I mean, historic. Even though they lost.
I was about to say, how do you get 12 blocks but still lose? Because that's crazy. 12 blocks. One person had 12 like that. That's crazy.
So what matters most here? The stat line or what the loss says?
I feel like Wemby didn't do what he normally does as far as like, okay, yeah, you got blocks, but where are your points at? Like, you only had 11 points in this game. Someone that's normally scoring over 20 points a game, like, how do you go from doing that to only giving 11 points? Right,
and that's what he's gonna have to do. Like Wemby, he has to put up points. I think the biggest thing for them last night was Castle getting in foul trouble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think that if Castle could have been a little less aggressive on defense, and I hate to ask somebody to be,
less
lax.
aggressive.
Yeah, less aggressive and lax on defense because that's what you need defense to get stops, but you can't afford to get in early foul trouble, not in the playoffs because.
Especially when you're one of the top scorers.
Right.
Or I think he's a point guard.
Points are very needed. It's just like free throws, which Minnesota missed a lot of free throws last night too.
I don't know how many. They missed every single one of their first shots. I feel like they missed every single one that went up there. They missed their first shot.
And you go back and look at it. That could have decided the game.
Facts.
That could have decided the game for them. So. They need to knock them down. If they're gonna go to the line, they gotta knock them down. You know what I mean? So I think that this shows that even though that Wemby had a historic night with the blocks and shit and got a triple double, I think that it still shows that there's a weakness right there.
They have a little bit more work to do, basically.
Yeah, they have to. But if Minnesota can get them back in foul trouble and do that, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for San Antonio. It's gonna be tough for San Antonio, especially if Minnesota can start knocking down these free throws.
Yeah, they had a lot of players on both sides that were playing with almost 3 or 4 fouls, which is kind of crazy, But Steph, to know that he had 5 fouls, like, why would you even step in front of him when he's driving in? Because you're gonna, if you're moving, you're obviously gonna get called for a block.
And they needed a ball handler in the clutch time.
Yeah.
It's tough. You go in them last minute or two, and you don't have your primary ball handler, your floor general, your court master
You
who's
lose
gonna
minutes or seconds
run it,
and stuff like
well,
that.
not just that, they have the vision, like that's their job. It's their job to see the court, to run the play, to pretty much be the on court coach.
Right.
You feel me? And then like when you don't have your point guard out there, especially with the handles,
Everybody else gets lost.
Cause they coming. They play out basketball. They coming. They trapping you full court. Sometimes full court press, but they pressing you. As soon as you cross that half court line, boom, it's coming. So if you got somebody who's not a good ball handler, you're gonna easily get a turnover right there, especially coming from Minnesota, because them boys can play some D.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how many turnovers Minnesota actually had?
I don't have my paper.
Sorry.
You good?
I don't either. It's okay.
All right. Well, look. Let's go on to the next headliner we got tonight on the slate. We got the Lakers and the Thunder, the biggest spotlight game on the board. You know what I'm saying? And everybody ready to see LeBron on one side and SGA on the other. We got the old GOAT with the new GOAT. It's gonna, man. I think this is gonna be like the cleanest experience versus rhythm matchup left in the bracket. So what do you think? What do you think decides this tonight?
Decides what?
The win in this. What's going to be the deciding factor for a win for either side?
They have to put Lakers have to put pressure on SGA because if you don't put pressure on him, I think that they'll lose the game. The Thunder have a lot of 3-point shooters on that team also. So I think just hold them,
and
keep them to like driving in, like get them away from the 3-point line.
Run them off the 3-point line. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I think if the Lakers want to be able to hang in there, stand a chance, then they have to drive them off the 3-point line because, man, I'm talking about these boys. Everybody on their team can shoot
a 3.
Everybody out there can shoot outside. So the little zone thing, I feel like the Lakers gonna try to play that zone on them, but it's gonna free them up at that 3-point line, and it's gonna be hell, man. It's gonna be hell because OKC, they are not selfish.
No.
OKC are not, and none of them are selfish. They want to see each other do good. They want to see each other get points. They want to see each other splurge. Yeah. So that's a good thing. That chemistry. So if anything, I feel like they're gonna have to disrupt that.
Yeah.
With me, I believe one of the biggest factors to me, for OKC, because even though they seem indestructible, they're still human. They can still be beat. But I think that excuse me, my phone. I think that Chet has to be the X factor. Chet Holmgren has to be the X factor. The way he plays, if he comes out aggressive, it'll be very good for them. And the Lakers like to go small. They like to put that small lineup because they'll run that small lineup and have LeBron playing center.
Yeah.
Which I think LeBron could still put pressure on Holmgren, but not the whole game.
I think they're gonna need someone else holding Holmgren.
Jackson Hayes, he might be able to hold his own, and he's not spectacular, but
Marcus Smart's gonna be pretty good on defense, I believe. I hope.
Yeah, but Smart can't do nothing with the length of Holmgren, man. Holmgren will shoot over Smart every time.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't think he would do good with Holmgren either. But the Lakers really don't have too many tall people.
Right, exactly.
To even mesh up with Holmgren.
And that's the point I'm making with them going with that small ball lineup. They like, when they push LeBron up there and play center. That as the big man, and
Yeah. Yeah. So for Thunder though, I feel like that, like what you said, Chet's gonna have to hold his own.
Yeah,
because I
Chet,
think if he can do that, then then Thunder won't have a problem.
I feel like he gonna have a big game tonight. I think Chet's gonna have a big game. They're gonna be in OKC. They coming out, and when they at home, they even harder to beat.
Yeah.
So we just gotta. Ooh, we gonna see. Oh, and I just wanted to add too with the Lakers. I feel like the deciding factor with the Lakers is gonna be Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
I believe that since Luka is out, Hachimura is gonna have to be that third option on the team, because Austin Reeves, he's gonna give it to you. He's gonna drive. He's gonna get to the line. He gonna get some points. He's a scorer, great shooter. LeBron, of course, LeBron's gonna be cerebral. He's gonna pick out his spot. He gonna do what he needs to do. He gonna find the open man. If he get doubled, that's the hardest thing. You gotta watch out for LeBron throwing that pass whenever he get doubled, because the boy has great court vision. But I just want to say that Hachimura gotta have a big night if the Lakers want to win.
What about the other 3-point shooter on the Lakers team? I can't think of his name right now, but you probably know what I'm talking about. He was like the lead 3-point shooter in the league.
Luke Kennard.
Like what's going on with him? Like I think that if he actually, knocked his threes down, I mean, Lakers might have a chance.
They got some pieces over there. I feel like they can. They might. I don't know, man. I don't know. They might give them a good game or two, but I personally I see 4-1 without Luka. 4-1. I don't think that the Lakers have enough firepower there. I don't think they have fresh enough legs. Cause remember Austin Reed, he just coming off an injury.
Yeah.
So his minutes are still gonna be a little limited.
I just feel like you shouldn't count LeBron James out.
You can't count him out. You can't. And maybe we'll see Bronny do a little something tonight.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a fun one though. It's gonna be a fun one. I'll tell you that. But all right, so let's go to this next segment. We got the pressure rankings. All right, fast segment. Straight to it. Ready?
I'm ready.
Most pressure right now, the Sixers. Then the Spurs. Then the Lakers. Then the Cavaliers. Okay? Who's feeling that pressure the most?
I feel like now the tables have kind of turned on the Spurs. How do you, going into this game one in San Antonio and then losing, I know they got to be feeling some kind of pressure to come back and get at least one win at home.
I agree with you. I couldn't say anything else about that. Like, they better be worried, man. They better be worried over there, because the Timberwolves got some fight in them.
Yeah.
You gotta know that. And I feel like the Timberwolves feel like they have nothing to lose.
I mean, what do they? Besides the championship?
They've been they've been bumped out of the Western Conference Finals like the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
If you recall, like last year, I wanted them to go.
Yeah.
That was my pick to go. Them in Cleveland. So.
And what did Gobert say? All they want is a win.
That's it. They taking it a night at a time, man, and you just can't count them out. You can't count them out. I think Coach is doing a good job over there, and I love his passion. I love him. He's a great coach out there, and he's gonna make them boys fight. So, yeah, San Antonio better come with it, man. And Wemby, you gotta get us some more points there. All right. So, quick picks. You ready for this? I said, you ready for this?
Oh, yes, I'm ready for it.
All right, quick picks. Ready?
Yeah.
Cavs or Pistons?
Pistons.
Lakers or Thunder?
Thunder.
Okay. Knicks or Sixers for game 2?
Sixers.
Spurs or Wolves game 2?
I think that the Spurs are going to come out swinging, but I'm going to give this one to the Wolves.
Ooh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Now, I'll give you mine.
Lakers or Thunder?
Thunder.
Knicks or Sixers? Game 2.
Sixers.
Spurs or Wolves? Game 2.
I think the Spurs going to take that one.
And then Cavs or Pistons?
Cavaliers, baby. We shall see. We'll check the receipts next episode, and we'll see who had the right picks and who had the BS picks. All right, y'all, man. Round 2 already got disrespectful. Now it's not about who got the talent. It's about who could take a punch, reset fast, and still control the game when the pressure gets ugly.
Because, boy, the pressure's going to get ugly.
This is the Point of View Sports. For Bobby Reezy, for Wendy Sky.
Peace.
Uh-huh.